So, how can you improve your posture forever? And if that seems like a clickbait title, it is. But the important thing about posture is that it's something where you need to maintain. Okay. So, if you're new here, welcome back to the channel. My name is Adrian. I'm a lifter, but I've also, for the past 10 ish years, been doing something by the name of Original Strength. And if you don't know it, it's created by Tim Anderson and Jeff Newport. And what they did was observe the movements that babies did to be able to walk. Okay. Because babies are, I guess you can think toddlers, you're like, well, they're very mobile, but they start out very weak. So the things they do gives them the strength and actually the posture to be able to stand up and walk. So I say all that because posture is something where you need to consistently work on. Okay. If it takes a kid a year straight to be able to stand up and walk, or around about a year, and then you have you as an adult that have been sitting or stooped down for I don't know how many years. It's going to take time. Okay, so this is a maintenance type thing where you have to stay on it. So original strength, what does it entail? I'm going to show you. That's why I'm down here. So there are 5 movements, and one of which is kind of done by default. One is deep breathing, and you may think, well, that's a little obvious, but babies do that because they don't have the strength up here to stress breathe yet. So they do a lot of deep belly breathing, which is good for you. And when you think about it, your core, if you want to talk about posture, your core, when people think deep breathing, your diaphragm works a lot. But then on the other end is your pelvic floor. Okay. So in your breathing, you're actually working both ends, which works your core. There are a lot of positions to do this in. I like two actually. One is, can you see me? One is the rocking position. Very exciting, but that's all you do. How do you do this? You keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth and you keep your mouth closed and you just use your nose in and out. The easiest thing to think about with the tongue is if you make the N sound, your tongue goes to the roof of your mouth. You do that, you keep your mouth shut, and you breathe. So that's from the rocking position. Uh, One position they preach a lot is the crocodile position. Pretend my head's on my hands because I have my hat and microphone. But you go down here, you deep breathe, and when you do it from here, you can feel your torso kind of like pushing you out, and you're expanding like a crocodile. And as a side note, if you're talking about posture, if you want to fix it, if you want to watch TV or scroll on your phone, or if you have a laptop, but only if you work at home, you can come down here, right in my heads up. So that's deep breathing. Work on that. Next is head nods. And I could have done this down here, but when we talk about posture, everyone thinks slumped head, right? Slumped shoulders. So when we come down here, what we can do is straight up and down, neck nods, head nods. Okay, you can do these up and down, left and right. And this is very important because I don't know about you, but in daily life, there's not a lot of need to move your head in its full range of motion. You really want to try to look up as far as you can. Lead with the eyes, so look up, look down. This is very stiff for me. Same thing with side to side. This side's tight for me. Find what's tight for you. You could also do this on your back. And when you do that, you're really working your neck. But then when you rotate, if you're on standing up or on your back, you get another plane of motion here. Okay. So we have breathing, neck nods. Next thing is a roll. So going back to babies again, it's a milestone for them to be able to roll on their back or belly on their own, and it takes a lot of work. As a side note, with the head thing, a baby's head is like 1/3 of its weight, so they kind of cheat because they have this weighted neck to really force strength in their upper back. And then what else do kids do, right? They look up all the time, mommy and daddy. Unfortunately, for adults, we look down all the time. But anyways, with rolling now, with the core, when you do this, you're going to feel muscles working that you may not even know you have. A lot of what we do, even if you exercise, is forward and back, up and down. We don't twist often. And back to the head example, why we have no reason to. Like if you drive a car now you got the reverse mirror, you don't even, or reverse camera, you don't even have to do that. But anyway, so rolling, you're gonna try to pretend that you're not pretend. You're gonna try to roll with each limb by itself without using anything else. So for example, I'm gonna use my right arm. Oh, pull myself over. Same thing going back. And with the legs, pull myself over. I like these because it really turns your glutes on, relieves your hip flexor. I'm gonna come over. So soothing. And the thing about that is you're working your core, but you're talking about proprioception, or where your brain thinks your body is. You really actually get to feel the ground, like your skin makes a ton of contact with the floor. So maybe for the first time in a while, your brain is getting this feedback from your skin, from your body, right? So that's rolling. Next is rocking. And with this, you see babies do this a lot before they have the strength to crawl, because now I'm getting into strengthening my shoulders here, my scapulae. Again, my head is up, right? I get to focus on one limb at a time, maybe. Oh, that one's tough. I get to work the hips here, right? Everyone with an immobile squat, like me, you may just not have the opportunity to put your hips in full range of motion through the day. So this is it. If you have a sticky point or you feel yourself rounding, just stop before that and breathe and nod, okay? Very therapeutic. Ooh, a little tight this morning. So another point is with the feet. What do you do with them? You can have the top of the shoes down, if you had shoes, which I don't, or the balls of the feet, or toes, I should say, down. That one, depending on how stiff your feet or legs in general are, this one may be tough for you. But again, don't hurt yourself. Take your time. Push your toes into the ground, back and forth, nice and easy. Okay. And the last thing is crawling, or you can think of it as the gait pattern. And why do I say that? So, gait pattern just means how you walk. Cats, dogs, horses, people. We should be using four limbs even if you walk. So that means when you walk, you should be swinging your arms. Babies can't walk, so they strengthen that ability with the crawl. Okay, it's a little obvious, like the phrase, you got to crawl before you can walk. And unfortunately, I think there's something about if a baby skips the crawling phase, they could lose a lot of coordination if they just go straight into a walk, because it's obvious. So what, like crawling, what do you do? All right, well, you get on your hands and knees and you crawl. Easy, right? Backwards, forwards. If you think this is silly, try to do that for 10 minutes straight. There are other levels like the leopard crawl, where you're up on your hands and knees. This is not a bear crawl. Leopard is straight up and down. Knees go inside the toes, and then there's Spider-Man. Knees go outside the toes like Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire. Or pick your Spider-Man. But yeah, so baby crawling. I've been working on the leopard crawling, but I will tell you that 10 minutes straight of a baby crawl, it's still not easy. I don't know when this stuff is supposed to get easier, but it's tolerable. And I think that most people, if you start with a baby crawl and you shoot for 10 minutes, you'll feel something. You may not know what it is, but it's something. And now back to gait pattern, four limbs. That could mean a crawl. That could mean other things, okay? Walking, yes. Sprinting, obviously. Skipping. Regressions to crawling, like what you can do if that just does not feel good, are the dead bug, or the, you could say, bird dog or speed skater. I'll just show those, why not? So, dead bug, again, babies will do this before they can even probably roll over because they strengthen their core. But back to the gait pattern thing, it's about moving opposite arm, opposite leg. Here, opposite arm, opposite leg. Speed skater or bird dog. Bird dog is here. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Works the backside. Speed skater is back. Back with the arms. Or there's, my head's going to get cut off, but crosswalk. You stand up, tap here. Really ties the hemispheres of your brain together because you're, X pattern, crossing back and forth. Okay. So that is it. That's a summary of original strength. So shout out to those guys. And that's a kind of a summary of the whole posture debate. I know there are stretches. There's like chiropractic adjustments. And what I really don't like are the, the contraptions that you see on Instagram. It's like, oh yeah, it pulls your shoulders back. Your ability to have a strong posture, it's in the name, strong. You develop the strength to hold the posture. So if you work on the things that got you there in the first place, even if you're 50 years old and you've been sitting at a desk, just work these. You got to have them in there every day, like brushing your teeth. And there's no way around it. There's never going to be one single event that gives you good posture for the rest of your life. You just got to stay on top of it because there is gravity. It's always going to try to pull you down. Okay. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I know primarily on this channel I emphasize weightlifting, but this is strength. Let's think strength training, right? It's that thing like, what's harder, benching 405 or leopard crawling for 10 minutes straight? It's hard to know, but I feel like they both have their benefit. So this is kind of you can do this all the time through the day, energized type thing. And then lifting is for like hitting it hard for about 1 or 2 hours. So that's it. Play with these. That's the important part. Play with these and see what you need. But I feel like all of that's important. Even if you did, let's say like 10 reps of each one of what I showed you per day, shouldn't take more than 10 minutes and you'll feel really good. So try it out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Signing out.